Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Renee. If you're new, thank you so much for clicking and watching this video. Today's video is probably my favorite video I ever film the whole entire year because it's two things I love most, the fall and reading. This one will be a little bit different if you guys are used to my reading list because I typically will do a fiction and a non-fiction for every single month, but I haven't been really like hopping on the self-help books that much anymore. Like I've been picking them up and like putting them down a lot. I just haven't been like inspired, I guess, to read self-help books. So maybe in the winter reading list we can add some more, but I added one this time. So they're all gonna be fiction books because I love a good thriller. I love like mystery, murder mystery kind of stuff, and the fall time is the perfect time to read those. And I had so many fiction books on my list that I wanted to read, and I was like, I just gotta knock them out. Like they're just so good. I'm gonna go through the reading list. Every book will be linked in the description box for you guys if you want to read along. I also have a Goodreads account, so you can follow me on there and see as I finish the books and read them along with me and read my reviews and talk about the books. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive in. The first book that I have is Then She Was Gone. This has been on like the New York Times bestseller for a while now, so I've been really excited to read this. I'm going to read the backs for you guys. Ellie Mack was the perfect daughter, and then she was gone. 10 years after Ellie's disappearance, her mother, Laurel Mack, is trying to put her life back together when she meets an unexpectedly charming man in a cafe. Before she knows it, she's meeting Floyd's daughters and his youngest, Poppy. Takes Laurel's breath away. Because the eerily precocious Poppy is the spitting image of Ellie, and now the unanswered questions she's tried so hard to put to rest begin haunting Laurel anew. Where did Ellie go? Did she run away from home as the police have long suspected, or did something more sinister happen? A haunting page-turner of sheer perfection. On a mother's quest to uncover the clues she failed to recognize and family discovers, and finally discover the truth of what happened to her daughter. So that one sounds really good. I'm really excited. So that's gonna be the first one I read. The next one I'm gonna read is Gillian Flynn's Dark Places. If you guys know, I was like obsessed with sharp objects, and this is the same author, and I'm pretty sure she's from Gone Girl too. So she's just like, yeah, Gone Girl. She's an amazing author, so I'm really excited to read this one. Libby Day was 7 when her mother and 2 sisters were murdered in the Satan sacrifice of Kankakee, Kansas. She survived and famously testified that her 15-year-old brother Ben was the killer. 25 years later, the Kill Club, a secret society obsessed with the notorious crimes, locates Libby and pumps her for details. They hope to discover proof that may free Ben. Libby hopes to turn a profit off her tragic history. She'll reconnect with the players from that night and report her findings to the club for a fee. As Libby's search takes her from shabby Missouri strip clubs to abandoned Oklahoma tourist towns, the unimaginable truth emerges and Libby finds herself right back where she started, on the run from a killer. Again, perfect fall book, right? These are all so dark, but they're like totally my style. The next one is Tana French in the Woods. If you guys know what the Dublin murders are on Starz, I guess this was like what created the inspiration behind that series or movie. I don't even know if it's a movie or whatever, but my friend actually told me about this, so I'm excited to read it. As dusk approaches a small Dublin suburb in the summer of 1984, mothers begin to call their children home. But on this warm evening, 3 children do not return from the dark and silent woods. When the police arrive, they find only one of the children gripping a tree trunk in terror, wearing blood-filled sneakers and unable to recall a single detail from the previous hours. 20 years later, the found boy, Rob Ryan, is a detective on the Dublin murder squad and keeps his past a secret. But when a 12-year-old girl is found murdered in the same woods, he and Detective Cassie Maddox, his partner and closest friend, find themselves investigating a case chillingly similar to the previous unsolved mystery. Now with only snippets of long buried memories to guide him, Ryan has the chance to uncover both the mystery of the case before him and that of his own shadowy past. Again, super dark, perfect fall book. You guys are gonna think I'm insane. The next one is The Kite Runner. This is like a long, well-renowned book. It's always on those lists of like top 10 books of my life and books you have to read before you die, so I picked it up. The unforgettable, heartbreaking story of the unlikely friendship between a wealthy boy and the son of his father's servant, caught in the tragic sweep of history. The Kite Runner transports readers to Afghanistan at a tense and crucial moment of change and destruction. A powerful story of friendship, it is also the power of reading, the price of betrayal, and the possibility of redemption, and an exploration of the power of fathers over sons, their love, their sacrifices, their lies. Apparently it's like a super, super powerful book, so I'm excited for that one. The next one is The Best of Friends. They were living the dream until it became a nightmare. Best friends Lindsay, Kendra, and Danny endure every parent's nightmare when a tragic accident befalls their teenage boys, leaving one dead, another in a coma, and a third too traumatized to speak. Reeling from the worst night of their lives, the three mothers plunge into a desperate investigation of the bizarre incident. How could something so horrible happen to their wealthy Southern California suburb? They soon discover that the accident was just the beginning, and troubling discoveries lead to chilling questions. Do they really know their children? Do they even know each other? As more secrets surface, a fog of doubt and suspicion threatens to poison their families, their friendships, and the whole community. With the illusion of happiness and safety long gone, these women must now confront the hazards of heartbreak, the consequences of jealousy, and the dangers of living double lives. And then my one self-help book. This has long been on my reading list, like to read list. It is one of those books, again, that's like one of the top timeless novels or self-help books in print for 80 years. I get a little scared to read things from so long ago because I feel like society and stuff has changed. I've definitely read some books like that where I'm like, I'm just not resonating with this because it's like a different world now. But apparently this is timeless. It was from 1936. And again, it's in those lists that's like you have to read before you die. I've heard a ton of people recommend this book, so I'm hoping that it's like that. Again, you can just like follow me on Goodreads and keep up to date with that. But it's basically the only book you need to lead to your success. Originally published during the depths of the Great Depression and equally valuable during booming economics or hard times, Carnegie's rock-solid, time-tested advice has carried countless people up the ladder of success of their business and personal lives. Life-changing concepts such as a simple way to make a good first impression, how to criticize other people and not be hated for it, an easy way to become a good conversationalist, what to do when nothing else works, making people glad to do what you want, and much, much more. I struggle sometimes with like social stuff, and I feel like this will be a really good book to maybe dive a little bit deeper and gain some confidence in terms of speaking and connecting with people. But I'll keep you guys posted on Goodreads with that one. So as you can tell, it's very different than my usual reading list, but I'm just sick of getting books just for the sake of getting them and then not reading them thoroughly through. There was 2 books on my summer reading list that I ended up putting down because I just like I couldn't read it, and I'm just sick of doing that. So I like found the books that I know for a fact I'm just gonna like read through and not have to put down. So if you guys do have any requests for winter reading books, I will probably do that sometime in November or December. I feel like I'm gonna read through these pretty quickly. So yeah, again, they'll all be linked in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much. I can't wait for fall content. I'll see you guys all in a future video. Bye guys.